Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today's video is going to be different from the videos which I normally do. And today's video is going to be sort of a scam expose and fraudulent activities which this website or slash travel portal slash shady business is offering. So I recently had a bad experience with these guys. I tried to book a flight from Bangalore to Minneapolis on the 16th of October, and these guys lie to your face when they're showing you flights. I realized that only after I made the reservation. I will in time be showing you guys the tickets which they sent me as well. And so I just wanted people to be aware about the lies and kind of shady business which they're running. Also, the other thing which they do is that it's really difficult to get hold of their customer care number or anyone from customer care. If you look at their website, it barely has any numbers to contact them. There's no way to be able to contact them. It just has like a FAQ. It doesn't list their number anywhere. So let's take a look at this fraudulent, what kind of fraud they're committing. So I just hit search. This is their website. Everything happening in real time. So Air India does not operate a flight directly to Minneapolis. The nearest flight which comes in is Chicago, and the itinerary for that is Bangalore to New Delhi and New Delhi to Chicago, which both legs of the journey Air India operates. But this particular website offers fraudulent or let's say they're not telling you the truth about the flights themselves, and they're kind of going to twist the truth on how they show it to you. So I'm going to show you a couple of instances of this. So this says Indigo, right? I'll say more about the flight. And they say the first leg of the journey is from Indigo, lands in New Delhi, it's fine. New Delhi to Chicago, that's fine. Again, they say the third leg of the journey, Indigo operates between Chicago and Minneapolis. Those of who live here in the United States know that Indigo has absolutely no presence in the United States, and they don't operate flights. They don't have a code share. They don't fly to the United States. So this is a lie. So let's see what the flight number which they're saying that operates. So normally in code share agreements, it will show similar, like let's say I've traveled with Air France and Delta. They have code share between them. When I traveled to Bangalore, the first leg of the flight from Minneapolis all the way to Paris was operated by Delta, and the second leg of the flight was operated by Air France. And if you use one code from either of the websites, you'll still have the same PNR number, same booking code, and the same shows up on both of their websites. This is where the fraud kind of starts. So I'm going to take this. They're saying Indigo operated by American Airlines. This is a lie. These guys are lying. This is where the fraud starts. So let's search for this flight. Flight doesn't exist. Flight does not exist. So these guys are lying on this flight. And the other thing is that these guys, they say that they make it look like it's a partnership code share agreement between all these airlines, but it's not. Because when I booked, what they did was they showed it to be like one continuous airline operated, or different legs of the journey operated by Air India and their partners, but that was not the case. Once I actually made the payment, what they did was they ended up giving me two separate tickets, which is not nice, because then you'd have to uh, take your baggage again and take it all the way back and check it in by yourself. Let's say if you miss one of your flights, then you're kind of screwed, because uh, none of these airlines which they're offering have a code share agreement. And if you, let's say you travel all the way to New Delhi, and from New Delhi you travel all the way to Chicago, and for some reason your flight was delayed and you missed the connecting flight, then you're on your own. You have to book a brand new flight. These guys are not going to book you another flight because it's not under a partnership agreement. Let's take a look at some of the other itineraries with one of the ones which I ended up booking. This is the one which I booked. So this was the one with leaving at 2100, and which is 9 p.m. and arriving at Minneapolis at 11:53. Let's click on this. Let's see what they have to say. They say Bangalore to Minneapolis 2100. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's see. They say the third leg of the journey is operated by AI 4538, and they're trying to make it look like that Air India has a partnership with American Airlines and they're operating it. So you'd think that, okay, let's say, God forbid, my flight from New Delhi to Chicago were to get delayed, then it's Air India's fault. They delayed the flight, so they will put me on a different flight to connect to my final destination. That doesn't happen because Air India and American Airlines do not have a codeshare agreement. And I verified that because they gave me two separate tickets, and I called each of those operators, and they had no clue about the connecting flight. Air India did not have any clue about this flight which they're allegedly supposed to be operating, and American Airlines did have absolutely no clue about their previous flight. So let's take a look at this flight as well. Previously, this was showing up as a Delhi to Toronto flight, but I think they might have changed it now. So if you see, there's no flight. There is no flight with that name. So this is the lies which they're doing. So they're going to lie to you blatantly, and there's not just that, and there's like many itineraries. So let me show you the tickets which I booked. So as you can see, I've pulled up the ticket which I booked, sadly. So this was the itinerary which I was talking to you guys about, flight departing at 9 p.m. So initially, as you can see here, they say the flight is operated by Air India. And let's say this more about this flight. The third leg of the journey is also operated by Air India. However, they gave me a separate ticket. Normally in codeshare flights, it still shows Air India, and then it says operated by American Airlines, but it does have an Air India flight number. For those of you travel internationally across and have to hop across multiple flights, they'll know that. And if you see here, the first leg of the journey, 100% legitimate, no issues here. Leaves at 9 p.m., arrives in New Delhi, and it's a connecting flight, that is fine. Second leg of the journey, leaves New Delhi and arrives in Chicago, this is fine. Let's say the flight from Bangalore to New Delhi got delayed, Air India would take care of me and put me on a different flight. So as you can see, this is the last leg of the journey from Chicago to Minneapolis. First thing, the booking reference number, I've kind of removed all the personal data out of there, but the booking reference number is different. That's one thing to note for, because in codeshare websites, the booking reference number should be the same across multiple airlines, as long as they have a partner codeshare agreement. They also screwed me over saying that there's no baggage, which is, I guess they kind of mentioned, but they kind of lied about it as well. So they just went ahead and booked a normal flight, and they made it look like Air India is operating, whereas Air India is not operating this website. This is what the kind of fraud they're pulling. As soon as I came to know about this, after I'd called American Airlines and reached out to Air India and reached out to Kiss&Fly as well themselves, what they did was they said, like, they started pretending that they absolutely knew nothing about it. They said, like, nope, yet your ticket is two separate tickets. That's what we see. They wouldn't even agree that this is what they're showing on their website is not what they're selling. They're trying to trick you, saying that, hey, this is operated all the way through Air India, but what they end up doing is that they book you on separate flights, which I could have done perfectly fine by myself for almost $400 less. And when you try to cancel it, so they'll say it'll take about almost 3 months. It could take up to 3 months for your refund. So these guys are really running some sort of a scam here. Let's take a look at their reviews. They seem to have some really reviews. Let's look at this. 111 reviews, average rating at 1 star. And the other thing is, trying to reach out to their customer care number is crazy. It's just like friggin' crazy. Every 7 minutes, if they don't answer your call within 7 minutes, it automatically gets dropped. Look at this. August 25th. Latest one. No customer service. Exactly what I faced with these guys. And that's why I'm making this video, in hopes that this will help other people. I have raised a dispute with my credit card company because of the sheer scam that they're running, that it's not what they show you that they're selling you, it's something else. It's kind of like classic switch and bait. I'm sorry, it's classic bait and switch. They show you something and they give you something else entirely. Let's look at Trustpilot. There too, they have like a rating of 1.5 stars. Look at this, 28th September, just a couple of days ago. Today is what, the 6th of October, you know? And people have been complaining about that they haven't refunded their money for almost 3 months now. So TripAdvisor, even there, they have a really bad rating. So these from 4 years ago. So they've kind of maintained consistency of providing bad service and doing these fraudulent scams and running the shady business for many, many years. I'm surprised how they've been allowed to operate this long. So when you're booking airline tickets, I would strongly suggest that you avoid making the same mistake which I did, because, well, if these guys are showing a certain itinerary and it looks too good to be true, just go to the website who they claim that is offering that itinerary, and I kid you not that they wouldn't be. If I go to Air India's website and put a source as Bangalore and destination as Minneapolis, they don't have an itinerary. Then if they don't have an itinerary, they don't have a code share. How the heck are these guys offering it? Because they're doing this they're being dishonest. They're committing a fraud. They're trying to say that, hey, this is what we're giving you, but after payment, they're not giving you that. They're just like screwing with you, and then you're trying to get in touch with them. To be honest, on an average, trying to reach out to them, calling their customer support 10 times results in one call, and you can't escalate it. You absolutely cannot escalate it or speak to their manager. So email support from them is like absolutely zero. They've barely responded to the multiple emails which I've sent, because obviously this is what they do. This is exactly what they do. They're running a shady scam. Buyer beware. Be careful if you've accidentally or intentionally tried to book a flight from these guys. Be careful, and follow social distancing. Stay away from them with a 6-foot pole. I really hope this video exposes their malpractices and they stop operating. I hope they shut down. I mean, imagine if I hadn't caught this in time. Imagine for a first-time traveler who's traveling international. Let's say if the person's flight gets delayed. Let's say they land here and they've missed their further than their next connection. Now, with their fraudulent, the way they book their flights, as they just put you as a domestic passenger on there, they're not even giving you enough layover time to be able to make that switch in some of the flights, some of the itineraries. So you're just left stranded. Imagine your parents, imagine your family. They're just those people would just be left stranded, and they'd have to fend for themselves and have to book their own connecting flight to their final destination, wherever they're going. So stay away from these guys. These guys are frauds. These guys are running a shady business. The reviews speak for themselves, and I got really badly burned by these guys. So I'd strongly suggest stay away from these guys. Hope you liked the video. If any of you guys also have been burned by this website, don't forget to leave a comment down below. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.